Yo, look, man. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, I'm gonna try to break this down to y'all again one more time, and I'm gonna break it down to y'all a lot of more times. How this shit works is language. You must learn a language. If you don't play by their language, you won't be able to survive in the world they created. In order to learn a language, you must go to school. In order to go to school, you must get vaccinated. The vaccinations is the first step to the destruction of your own thinking and the way you're supposed to think. So when you go to school, this is where the programming starts. You go to school for 8 hours a day on time. On top of going to school for 8 hours a day, you must sit in a desk constrained with your back set up straight, which is very not good for you. Then in order to go to school, they tell you you must wear shoes, right? Your shoes are blocked. That's why so many insoles inside of the shoe. It blocks your connection from the ground. Our feet have receptors just as well as our hands have receptors. That's why sometimes you can taste some shit that you touch. I don't know if y'all tapped into that, but the shoes block your, like, this is why dogs, like, you ever look at a dog paws and you look at the things at the bottom of the dog paws, dogs know when something is wrong. They know when something is happening. They know when the world is about to shift. They know when the weather, it's the paws, it's through the feet. Our feet are supposed to touch the ground. A lot of people don't know this, right? So shoes, right? Shoes is part of the trap. On top of the school is part of the trap because you sit inside the building for 8 hours of your day. And also the timing, right? School is set up from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the morning to 3 o'clock. This is when the sun is at its peak hours. In order to give you enough energy so you can stay awake, they give you a break at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock is when the sun is at its peak hours. They give you a 30-minute break. You go outside, you get sun for 30 minutes, you go back in class and lock down. It's all blocked. Oh, it's all blocked. It's blocking everything you can possibly think of. So with all of these things, right, then they trick you into thinking that school is the only form of education. School is the only form of learning. School is the only place that you can learn the truth. On top of that, school is the only place that you can go to possibly make a living to sustain a life inside of this American system. So we grow up thinking that we must go to school. Our parents grow up thinking that they must put us through school. So then we go through school. On top of school, school keeps us divided. You ever notice how when you are in class, you can't even help the other person? Even if you see your best friend in need of struggling and doesn't have the answers, you cannot help him and will be fined for helping him. This is a form of division, and this is why people are so divided. In general, not just races, but people in general. School teaches you not to help your fellow human being, right? So you grow up thinking that this is the way of life. You grow up thinking that school is the only way to help your life. So what happens? You end up going to college. You go to college for another couple of years. And this is the problem with school. If you don't have money already, school is a complete waste because you're going to be in debt. You're going to be even more debt than you thought you was before you even went to school. On top of that, you're not even going to learn the truth. School is not going to really teach you nothing about the truth. School is only going to teach you America's side and the victor side, and it's going to program you through many ways. You ever notice when you go to school, there's only 2 classes. If school really wanted black people or it wanted native people to prevail, it would be classes that would teach us how to prevail in our native world. You notice when you go to school, especially high schools, there's only 2 languages you can learn. You can either learn Spanish or you can learn French. There is no class in no high school, in no LA Unified School, there's not one class that will teach you how to speak your native language. Not one. There is no class that's going to tell you how to be a goddamn black person. There is not a single one. Not one that I can possibly think of in America. There's not one class going to teach you how to be a fucking black person. Not one. You ain't gonna learn your native language. You're not gonna learn where you really came from. You're not gonna learn your roots. You're not gonna learn your history. And what they gonna tell you is black people were slaves. That's the only thing you're gonna learn. Black people were slaves. Then you're gonna find out the niggas that stood up for us, which is Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. You might find out about Huey P. You might find out about Marcus Garvey every blue moon, but they're not going to tell you about Mansa Musa. They're not going to tell you about Horus. They're not going to tell you about Osiris. They're not going to tell you about none of those people, right? They're not going to tell you that, they don't even tell you that Egypt is Africa. They make Egypt seem like its own continent, right? So they're not going to tell you nothing about nothing. They're not going to tell you that black people was already in America. They're not going to tell you the Aborigines was in Africa. School not going to tell you none of that, right? They're not even going to tell you about etymology. I didn't hear the word etymology until I was in my late 20s. They're not going to tell you that the origins of words and you need to study the origins of words. They're not even going to teach you the alphabet the right way. The alphabet, the way we learn the alphabet based on words. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, right? And then they tell us A is for B is for blah, C is for c. But how can C be for c when C starts with an S? You get what I'm saying? It doesn't work. The alphabet itself is a trap. People don't understand this. How can C start with c when C starts with an S? This is part of the fuckery. Right? This is part of the coding to keep you completely fucked. Then, when they got you completely fucked with the alphabet, you out here saying C is for "c" when C cannot make a "c" sound. It can't. It starts with an S, right? Then they tell you shit like this. People, the word people, right? You go to school, you spell the word people. We're screwed up, right? I'm going to put this on paper for y'all so y'all can really understand how this shit looks, bro. Look, I just want you to really look at this. Let me start a new note, bro. Right. People. Let me see if I can make that bigger. All right. People. How in the fuck is this people? How in the God's green earth? If you have trained me to spell words out, people, spell the word out, son, people. How on God's green earth is this people? How? How? How can this be people? How can this be people? How? It doesn't. So, this is to let you know that school has trained us to be dummies. Everything about everything in school has trained us to be dummies. I'm starting to think 1 + 1 ain't 2. I'm like really on some shit like, what if it ain't? Like, think about it. Why we believe that? Like, why we believe 1 + 1 means 2? That because they said it? Bro, like, when you get deep into understanding this whole perspective, bro, when you get deep into understanding this shit, you start to realize how deeply fucked we are and how deeply fucked they have fucked the mind states of everybody. But this is the bigger thing, right? Let me keep going with the school shit. So after you go to high school, they promote. This is the setup, right? When you in high school, do you know that the army gets to come to the high school and recruit? How the fuck can the army come recruit a 18-year-old, 17-year-old boy that don't even know what the fuck he want to do in his life? He haven't reached no form of real puberty. You recruiting a nigga at high school? The army be at high schools recruiting niggas, bro. The army, bro. But let's get past that. So at 18, you in high school, you just start fucking bitches, you playing sports, all type of epic shit. You ain't really thinking about the world. On top of that, in high school, there is nothing that teach you about credit. There is nothing in high school, nothing. Nobody, I don't get, bro. I went to L.A. Jordan. Maybe y'all niggas went to Westchesters and got some super credit shits, but I'm talking about regular L.A. Unified School District. Nothing teach you about credit. High school do not teach you about how to be a fucking adult when you graduate, right? High school preps you up to be fucked. College is a scam. It is the greatest scam known to scamming history. It is the greatest jug known to jugging, bro. College, bro. College is the greatest jug known to jugging history, bro. You go to school, you lit. I'm in school, I'm doing all my homework, I'm turning in dumbass essays and all that. I'm doing all my shit 2 years straight. Nigga, I'm about to be lit when I get out. You get out of school, you're in debt. You get out of school, you're in debt. You don't go to school to make money. You go to school to pay money. You do not go to school to make money. You go to school to pay. If you don't have no scholarship from being smart or some shit, then you paying. If you don't have no scholarship, no athletic scholarship, which means you a dumb nigga that just can run and jump and not, let me break down athletic scholarship. Let me break that down to you. Yes, we will pay for you to come to our school, right? Because we like the way you run and jump. But when you come to our school, you can't make a single dollar from running and jumping. We'll make all the money. So we'll pay for your school. We'll pay for your class. We'll pay for all of your shit. But we're going to sell out this entire Division I stadium. We're going to sell it out. We're going to sell out the entire Division I stadium. Tickets is $80 to $90, parking $80 at USC. At USC, parking is $80 for these big games. $80 parking. We're going to sell it out, and you can't get a dollar. Just run up and down the court. First try. But anywho, typical person that has to pay to go to school. Like me, I had to pay to go to school. And I'm still in debt right now, and I'm not paying you white bitches nothing. You kiss my dick hole. Not my dick, the hole, like where I pee from. You kiss in there. I'm not paying you a fucking crumb, bro. So look. Right? You go to school in America. You go to school. You take all these loans out. You get your little financial aid. That like you don't really know what to do with that. You don't know. Black people don't really know how to flip money. So you get your little financial aid. You know the first thing you buy with your financial aid, you're gonna go buy a little bucket. We black, bro. I'm speaking from a nigga that grew up from the bottom to the top. We black. You don't go get your little financial aid. Right? Get your little financial aid, about $200, $3,000, $4,000 possibly. You don't go buy a little buckito, because 9 times out of 10, your whip wasn't acting right. You don't buy a little buckito. If you don't buy a buckito, you already got a nice buckito. 9 times out of 10, you're going to buy some furniture. We black, bro. We black. I know how black people work, bro. I got this shit mapped down to a science. If you don't buy a whip with your financial aid, you buying furniture. And if you don't buy furniture, you buying clothes. You black people, you in college. College people ain't really thinking about how to flip their financial aid. I went to college with fucking hundreds of thousands of people. Not 100,000. It was, I don't know how many niggas was in Long Beach when I went to Long Beach. The nigga, it had to be 10,000 or some weird number. Nigga, you ain't thinking about how to flip your goddamn financial aid, nigga. You thinking about nigga shit, nigga, I'm lit right now, nigga. I got what? Nigga, I got 5,000. I'm lit for the whole semester. Fuck you talking about, nigga? I'm about to buy some J's, nigga. I'm about to buy some new basketball kicks. Nigga, I'm gonna spend a couple of this nigga on shit, just random eating out. Right? So bam, you get out of school. You do your years in school. Remind you, school low key like jail, cause you gotta really sit in the office. Then it's like jail, bro. You get one early morning outside, and you get a afternoon outside, and it's really like jail. School is like jail, bro. So boom, you get your early morning break, you get your other break, you do that for 4 years straight, you get out of school, you done took all type of loans out, you think you all right, you about to graduate, you good. You get out of school, they hit you with the, hey, here go your piece of paper, your piece of paper, your certificate that, you know, I'm a slave owner. I was a slave owner, but I turned my slave owner to a business. But here's a piece of paper that I'm going to give you to congratulate you. Here's a cap and gown and a piece of paper rolled up in the fake ass scroll that I'm going to give you to make you feel good when you walk across the stage. But after you done, come holler at me over here. Well, now that you done with all that, all the stage and all that shit, I just want to let you know you owe me $130,000. What? Yeah, you owe me $130,000. Like 130. Man, I took out an $8,000 loan. Fuck you talking about 130,000. Yeah, you owe me $130,000. Bro. Scam. It's an epic scam. But this is the thing, right? So then when you get out of school, you're going to spend the next 4-5 years paying your debt back, if you can pay it back, right? They dress you in clam rolls, bro. It's so deep, bro, when you really think about it, bro. But, all right, so you're going to spend the next couple of years paying your debt back. After you pay your debt back, bam, you finally going to be, and then it's the cold part about it. When you finally get out and you got your certificate, 9 times out of 10, you just going to make enough of money to live. After you get out of college, you just gonna make enough money to live. I'm gonna tell you a valuable thing. If you not an extreme creator, like I'm talking about a nigga that, like the nigga that made the paperclip. If you not an extreme creator, or you not like your mama and your granny and them don't have like dummy money, you gonna be a middle class citizen or a lower class citizen living paycheck to paycheck. If you are not, repeat, if you are not an extreme creator, or your parents do not have a large amount of money, you're going to be living lower class or middle class paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life. It's sorry. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. But you're going to live paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life. That is if you're not an extreme creator or your parents don't have money. So, 9 times out of 10, when you get out of school, you're going to be in debt. You're going to spend most of your years trying to work that debt off. On top of that, you're going to get a bunk-ass job. Because you don't have to get a bunk-ass job. Because the thing when going to school, like, yeah, you could take up these traits. But if you don't have money to really get in these other little extra shits that you got to go to after school to get into certain scenarios, then you ain't going to never fully all the way get over the hump. Even with your degrees, you ain't going to get over the hump. Nigga, I got a degree in business administration. I got out of college thinking I was going to have a business. Bitch, I was dummy broke. I had nobody to help me. My parents ain't had no money to invest. Oh, sorry about that. I had to let that out. I'm a real nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck how much facts I'm talking. I got gas, bro. But boom. My parents ain't have no bread to just like when I got out of school, my parents couldn't, like, I couldn't be like, yo, mom, you know, I need like a $600,000 loan so I can start my business. And then on top of that, right, you can't get loans as black people. You can't get big loans as black people, like business loans. You can't get business loans to start. You can't get business loans to start businesses. They don't get that to black people. No, right? You just don't. You don't. So you couldn't, like, we couldn't go to, I couldn't be like, yo, uncle, you know what I mean? Like, I need $400,000 to start this business. We don't have that, bro. Right? I gotta wipe my ass for what? Nigga, it's a fart. Right? So going back to the overall setup. This is the overall setup. A lot of people, like, this is the distraction is y'all thinking about money, y'all thinking about like finances, but this is the greatest distraction of college. Like, this is the greatest distraction of school system, and this is why we have to go back to the desk. This is why schools are filled up with desks, and I understand why the desks are designed, the metrics of the desk. Y'all don't think about how the desks are designed, right? The metrics of the desk is designed to conform your mentality to where you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave. You know how many people don't want to get on airplanes, bro? School is designed. All this shit is designed to keep you not traveling, bro. It keeps you planted on the ground, planted in a fucking box type of cocoon type of situation for 8 hours a day, dog. This is not good on your mentality. Also, the classroom walls block your vision from seeing far. This is why classrooms are a certain size. All of this shit is designed. It's a certain size with a small amounts of windows, so you don't get that much. You don't get a, and then, okay, hold on. And then you don't get the you gotta look directly forward at the teacher. This is all part of a trap. You don't think, hey man, like right? You ever walk down the street and you look way up the street, you like, damn, what the nigga doing way over there? Shit, nigga, I feel like I wanna go see. Right? You ever think like that? You ever look down a long ass street and you be like, yo, I should just drive all the way down there. Right? You automatically get the mind state of wanting to boom. So school, the classroom walls, bro, the way is the walls, like the way you got to think everything is numbers. Everything is mathematical equation. People design these buildings to destroy, bro. Y'all niggas don't understand. You got to understand what drywall is. You got to understand the chemicals that's placed in drywall to make sure it block all forms of sun rays to get through the building. Like it's a lot of things. You got to think the things with how roofing is designed. There is a chemical inside the roofing that makes sure this shit don't get down through you. Bro, it's a lot of things. You got to think buildings are also designed to catch on fire. If y'all niggas was smart, y'all would build buildings that's fireproof. You would build buildings out of material that could withstand weather and that won't catch on fire. Bro, you got to understand all of this shit is an epic setup, bro. It's an epic setup. Why shit don't have bulletproof glass? It's like all type of shit, bro. When you really think about the full design. Dog, when you get deep into architects, you get into all that. It's a lot. You get into the studying of architects. You get into the study of like angles. You get into the study of geometry. You get into the study of all that. You start to understand. Like when I'm in the building and I look at buildings, I be like, oh, yeah, I got to get the fuck out of here. Look how they did that. Look how they did that. Look how the hallway. Like, and niggas be like, yo, Day, you going crazy. I'm like, nah, I'm not, nigga. I understand this shit. It's not about going crazy. It's about actually understanding what's happening, what's going on in the world. Bro, there is coding in everything. Everything is designed. You ever go into your, all right, look, I'm gonna break something down to y'all so so the regular people can understand.
I'm hungry.
You ever turn what's the name on for him?
He doesn't want it.
All right, I'm almost done. Look, so I'm gonna put something into perspective so y'all can understand, so the regular people can understand. You ever go in your kitchen? You ever go to the store and buy certain things, right? Like certain box items. And then you ever open your refrigerator and you be like, damn, this shit fit in the refrigerator on the door. Like it fit perfectly right there. Then you think about, damn, this shit fit in the cabinet perfectly. Like, you'll never think all these niggas in cahoots. Like how these items fit in the refrigerator, the cabinet, they fit in the microwave, the bowls fit in the microwave, the plate is the same size. Like you don't think all of this shit is, they have a fucking book that has all the geometrical codes to everything. You ever think about that? Milk cartons, everything, bro. Cans, all that. Everything has it's like somebody has the codes to life and they designed all of this shit for you. You ever think about canned food? You ever think about can openers? You ever think about like trash bags, trash cans, where the trash cans sit inside the house, where the dishwasher sit, where your fucking staircase sit, how your house sit on the street, how your street sit on the neighborhood, how your neighborhood sit in the city, how your city sit in the state, how your state sit in, bro, it's a code. Bro, they got us drinking cow milk. Yo, Brian, thank you, because I was leading to that. They got us drinking cow milk. Have y'all... Let's just really sit back and think about this for a second. Cows might be the dumbest animals I ever seen. They just walk and chew. Cows just literally walk and chew. Like, They just mm, bro, we grew up drinking cow milk, an animal that really don't do nothing. We grew up drinking cow milk, bro. Like a cow. Like out of all the animals in the world, y'all could at least, bro. Y'all could at least gave us some gorilla milk, some chimpanzee milk, or something. Y'all could have gave us some cheetah milk, some leopard milk, whale milk, or something. I would have took some dolphin milk. You could at least gave us some dolphin milk. I would have took some dolphin milk. Like, bro, just give niggas some something. At least goat. They ain't even give us goat milk, nigga. We had cow milk. Bro, we grew up eating two of the dumbest animals in the world, chickens and cows. Cow milk and chickens. Chickens really just all day. We grew up eating cows and chickens. All that's it, just cows. You think about this. You drink the milk and then later on you eat